also called substance use disorder, is a disease that affects a person's brain and behavior and leads to an inability to control the use of a legal or illegal drug or medication. Substances such as alcohol, marijuana, and nicotine also considered as drugs. According to the research by Department of Statistics Malaysia, the number of drug addicts arrested by the National Anti-Drug Agency Malaysia decreased 20.8% to 20,643 in 2020 as compared to 26,080 persons in 2019. Even the number of drug addicts has a slightly decreased in 2020, but is still a large number. Besides, the majority of drug addicts was male, which is 95.7% in 2019, while 95.3% in 2020. Although most people are aware that drug use is one of the activities that will result in a variety of negative consequences, it is still practiced by some. People start taking drugs for a number of reasons, such as cultural glorification, peer pressure, self-medication, mourning after a loss, stress reduction, thrill seeking, and boredom. On the bright side, the drugs can cause a high emotional state. It can give people energy, make them feel good, relieve stress, and improve their sleep. However, it will have several negative consequences. With a drug addict paying the price. Good days, I make my bid to Madam Rashida and my fellow audience. I am Yong Kok Lee, and today I will discuss the three negative impacts of drug addiction, which are poor of mental and physical health, financial difficulties, and poor work or academic performance. I hope I can convince the audience that the consequences of drug addiction are real and always say no to drugging. Now, I will start to discuss the negative impact of drug addiction. Firstly, the negative impact of drug addiction is poor of mental and physical health as stated by National Institute on Drug Abuse. Prolonged use of some illegal substances can cause a dopamine shortage, which can lead to obsessive drug-seeking behavior, long-term emotional and mental health issues. This is because they want to manage their own mental health difficulties such as sleeplessness, depression, and anxiety. Do you believe that the drug has only benefited us so far? Even though the drug can help them to undisturbed in their emotions at the time, it has many drawbacks, including the drug addicts experiencing sudden mood changes. When the drug addict does not take the drug on time, they will experience withdrawal symptoms such as feeling sick, cold, sweaty, and shaky. For information, drugs can help drug addicts stay calm during the day, but they must take more to achieve the same effect. Next, drug addiction can lead to serious health problems such as stroke, lung disease, cancer, and heart disease. This is because drug addiction causes harm to our body's organs and symptoms such as the throat, stomach, lung, liver, pancreas, heart, brain, and nervous system. Drug addicts are also more likely to infect HIV because they share the syringe used for injection. When the body is unable to fight disease, the final stages of HIV infection will result in AIDS. When drugs affect the organ, it lowers a person's immune system. For example, a compromised immune system which increases the likelihood of disease and infection. Heart disorders range from irregular heart rhythms to heart attacks and blood vessel infections caused by injectable medicines. Nausea and gastrointestinal pain, which can lead to appetite changes and weight loss. Secondly, the negative impact of drug addiction is financial difficulties as said according to an article published by Peace Valley Recovery. This is because drug abuse is expensive and costly. When they are drug addicts, Drugs should be kept at all times. Once they stop drugging, they will become not feeling well and perform an unusual behavior. For information, the price of cocaine in 1 kilogram may reach to 200,000 ringgit Malaysia. The price of heroin based in 160 to 62,000 ringgit Malaysia in 1 kilogram. And the price of ketamine is 50,000 in 1 kilogram. Drug addicts who stop using drugs can become addicted again within 8 hours to 12 hours. If they do not continue to use drugs, their addiction symptoms will peak in 36 hours to 72 hours and gradually fade after the third day. Insomnia, anxiety, and irritability will occur after a week, as long as the symptoms gradually disappear. And discomfort is a prolonged period of symptoms that can last for a long time. As a result, drug addicts will continue to buy drugs to satisfy their drug addiction, causing financial difficulties in the future because the price of drugs is prohibitively expensive for drug addicts. Next, the medical issues caused by addiction can also be very expensive, especially for those without insurance. For example, a company that bills itself as the new frontier of addiction treatment and charges an average of $24,000 per month in the United States. There are some of the costly treatment to treat a drug addict, which is detoxification, cognitive behavior therapy, rational emotive behavior therapy, contingency management, 12-step facilitation, and medication treatment. According to research, most addicted persons require at least 3 months of therapy to drastically reduce or cease their drug use, with longer treatment periods producing the best result. As a result, we can estimate that a drug addict requires around $72,000 to recover from drug addiction. As a result, for drug addicts who require treatment to stop drugging, the treatment will cost a lot of money. Thirdly, the negative impact of drug addiction is poor work or academic performance as stated by an article published by American Addiction Centers. Drugs can disrupt the way neurons send, receive, and process signals through neurotransmitters. This is because the molecular structure of some drugs, such as marijuana and heroin, are similar to that of a natural neurotransmitter in the body and they can activate neurons. This enables the drugs to bind to and stimulate the neurons. However, even though the fact that these drugs imitate the brain's chemicals, they do not stimulate neurons in the same manner that a natural neurotransmitter does, resulting in aberrant messages being transmitted across the network. Furthermore, the drugs like amphetamine and cocaine can induce neurons to produce unusually high quantities of endogenous neurotransmitter or inhibit regular recycling of these brain chemicals by interfering with transporters. This will increase or disturb normal neuron communication. As a result, it is difficult for workers or students to receive information from others, such as teachers or lecturers who send it to them. Besides, employees or students who have drug addiction will be fired by the company and will be forced to leave the school. This is because drug addicts in the workplace and school will have an impact on their productivity and reputation. Substance usage in the workplace can reduce productivity while also increasing physical injuries and deaths. When an employer discovers an employee who is addicted to drugs, he or she must be removed from sensitive work and reported to the appropriate organization, such as the police. This is because drug addicts are normally very sensitive, causing them to become easily agitated. As a result, employers must always pay attention to their employees' health in order to avoid any untoward incidents. Have you ever considered that a company or school may continue to employ their employees? Yes, the company will be impacted by the government organization investigation, which will result in its closure. So now we have come to the conclusion. For years, the drug has been used to provide medical treatment to patients. When having surgery, the professional and expert will use the drug in appropriate and moderate quantities for the patient to have some of the relevant drug effects, such as anesthesia or therapies. A drug addict who seeks satisfaction by injecting an excessive amount of drug into their body will abuse drugs to relieve stress. As a result, the government and non-government organizations must constantly seek ways to address drug addiction issues. We hope that the world will become more cheerful and that no one will be in pain as a result of drugs. I like everyone to consider the question: would you use drugs if you were depressed, groggy, and twitchy? I hope not, because as I have stated, drug addiction will not bring us any advantages, but will bring us a lot of harm directly and indirectly. Before I end my speech, if you are depressed or stressed, you should seek hospital treatment or professional counseling to help you overcome it. So that's all from me. Thank you.